All right, we are live.
Awesome.
Right.
Last show of the year. Let's go.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Oh, okay. I caught you off camera. All right, that's what it is. Hey, family, this is the CSRN podcast, a week in review where we come to you live from Mott Branch Library. What we're going to do right now, and you know who we got in for our special guest today. If you saw it online when we were promoting the podcast, what we're going to do right now is play our intro video. That way you can like, share, and comment. This is the CSRN podcast, a week in review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
Not guilty.
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage where
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. It was freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own emancipation proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country and say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, that intro video, it always hits hard. That's from 2015. That was the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. And we call that Justice or Else, as Dr. King was talking about, redistributing the pain. And we're coming up on that Christmas holiday. So we hope that if you are purchasing something, purchase it from your black vendor or local. All right. And try to keep our dollars recycling. I think I skipped ahead and did a portion that we were going to save for later. Let's get into some. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. All right. Hey, I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. 11 years ago, they had the idea of community solidarity, and they had a couple of events. And then they asked me to join on and help them plan a couple of things. We were planning on Tuesday, Jody. As you know, this was 11 years ago, and here we are. We may not be planning in public because COVID took care of a lot of that, but we do report out some of the things that we want you to be aware about on this podcast. Also, I'm an active and registered member of the Nation of Islam. And this week, Jody, our whole mosque is going to be participating in Kwanzaa. And this is a fun fact. For as long as I can remember, we somewhat suspend all of our meetings during the 7 days of Kwanzaa. And we ask everyone, all the brothers and sisters, to attend the Kwanzaa meeting. And this is going to be at the Frederick Douglass, December 26th. Doors open at 5. Program starts at 6. But be there at 5 because we have a lot of different things happening in between that time. What am I wearing? Today I have on kind of a shirt, hoodie, orange shirt underneath. I don't know why I picked orange today. Just is. I got my black hat on. And today, Jody, I've got my black rim glasses from Optical, Twix in Between. Shout out to my sister, Christian Moncrief.
We're gonna have to get a commercial from her.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a commercial or a 30% discount because I've said it. I'm going to say it twice, all right? And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. And we created this for the activist community and protest culture that whenever we have some axes to grind or some batteries to knock off somebody's shoulder, that's an old commercial that you would know nothing about, all right? And since I'm old as dirt, I do know. So that's what we do. And Jody, we've been doing this for 11 years as the Avengers edition of the protesters. A lot of us have different likes.
Yeah, it moved on to different things.
Yeah, different things. Yeah, and
different things to battle and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we
still all for the good.
And we found a way to make this thing work. All right, you'll be talking about the mission statement, and I'll come and talk about the guiding principles, just to let you know how this is set up. And it's set up so that we could be here hopefully next year too. So Jody, I think that's it on my intros. Also, I got my beads on today too. All right. I didn't wear beads until I met Jody. So, hey, yes, so I'm the king of beads. No, not the king of beads now. He may still have me on the necklaces and the trinkets and well, you got me. You got me beat. Hey, if you could do your intro, then we're going to come back with our guiding principles or mission statement and guiding principles. So, who are you? What are you wearing?
What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth, the treasurer of this wonderful organization that has been going on for the past 11 years. Yes, 11 years. It's been a little bit more of a decade, and we are happy to have you with us each and every week. You know, this being our last show of the year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, last show of the year, a couple guests. What do we do? About 45, 48 shows a year minus election time, or if there's a much needed protest or an event to go to, like elections and stuff like that, to hold our own community forums and ways to reach out to the people, because we are not just always here behind these screens. We decided to go into this venture because, you know, activism evolves. We weren't chasing kings or stuff like that anymore. We had to go back to ground, which is empowering our community for those that are not seen. So this show is an extension of activism, just like graffiti being part of hip hop or dance and stuff like that. This is just another branch we chose to take to make it more accessible to everyone. Although this year has changed some things and our lives are no longer lasting 30 days on social media and Facebook, you can always go to our archives on YouTube.
That's right.
Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and do all
yeah,
the
you did my part.
Right.
I was going to do that. All right. I got nothing else to do now.
But it's a grateful thing to have a podcast that has gone on this long. We are not sponsored. We are not endorsed. We're not looking for sponsorships endorsed. Everything you see behind us is not green screen, and it's not going to just disappear when fundings or ratings going down, because we don't care about ratings. We care about the people in this community. So we describe ourselves because we also know we're on platforms where you can't see us. And we know this is around the time where you would be doing all the stuff.
Right.
Happy holidays to everybody out there. However you decide to celebrate, you know, as long as you find peace and joy within your own family and within the world, that is the most important part of it. The gifts and materialism and stuff like that is, you know, life. As you get older, you will learn to care more about time and things and real relationships with people. But that's what activism gives you.
Hey, that could have been on a Hallmark card or something. All right. They gonna forget that we were the ones that was mad. All right.
But so I describe myself because, you know, you can't see us. You might be busy, and you can always go back and watch on YouTube all of the awesome guests that we bring you that most of the news channels aren't, most of the other programs aren't, because we're not about controversy or tragic or triggering responses to try and get views. We're just, you know, here trying to educate you a little bit about the world. So I am a big brown bear of a man that is covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and bones and artifacts from doing this for the past 11 years, writing books, appearing in movies, taking political offices, starting nonprofits, creating a collection of artwork, and doing all the stuff that the movement is really about, finding freedom within yourself and purpose. It doesn't always have to be angry or have a person to be mad at, but, you know, it evolves. I am wearing, again, my Art Brand hoodie that you can purchase from me, hats and stuff like that. I will be doing some videos later, but this year I've kind of taken a back seat and let myself enjoy my grandchild, let myself enjoy all the other fruits of my labor and stuff like that by, you know, taking some peace and quiet. So how do you get there? How do you go to a point where you're no longer always trying to look for the next protest or next thing to do or next bill or Senate race or person to be angry at? Because there's always somebody to be angry at.
Yeah. I'm thinking of a couple right now. All right. But we're going to get through this. All right.
Well, you know, the funny thing, I can think of less and less the more I give myself to social media or the TV or the news or what's happening in politics, that I did go vote and did my part and all that stuff. So after that point, it's up to whatever crazy people are in office that, you know, one day might realize that other people got guns and other people are tired of.
We're going to move on to the mission statement. They're going to kick us out again. All right.
But this is our mission statement. Is what's kept us going together. It's part of a two-part system: the mission statement
and the guiding principle.
that make sure that even when me and Brother Washington are not here, that if you did come into the room, as we did many, many years ago, have sit down group meetings like SNCC and the NAAC or AACP. I
Yeah,
keep those
they don't do the double
updated
A anymore.
acronyms
All right.
anymore. But like they used to do, time evolves and you learn to evolve with it. So if you see an organization or a foundation or a company, for that matter of fact, that doesn't have a Bible, some rules of instructions when things go into chaos that shows they can handle themselves without imploding or turning on one another, because in volatile situations, that does happen a lot. People silently quit or walk away or go to social media to try and expose grifts. If you know what that word means, you are in good places. But we are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer, of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, provoked, attacked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, yes, most often, police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice, yes, voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable, yes, accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, yes, all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives, yes, Black lives must matter. And justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And on that, I want to give my condolences to a friend of mine who I found out passed away over this weekend, Fleximilian. You're a great friend, a great buddy. I enjoyed touring with you and meeting OIC and all of the artists, and I wish much blessings and I guess peace on those that have lost you. I hope that now you are in a better place, and those around you who are in mourning will learn to love the time that they got to spend with you.
Ashe.
Ashe.
One of the things that we do at CSRN so that we don't implode, because there's a lot of strong personalities from yours, mine, and others. And how do we bring all this together? Because you got people from different faiths, some that don't have faith at all, right? At all. And how do we do this? We have our guiding principles, and we found these guiding principles in 2015. There was another organization called the Convening of the Black Lives Convening.
Movement for Black Lives.
The Movement for Black Lives Convening, and it was just young people. I don't think hardly anyone was over 30. And I was Unc.
That was 30.
I was Unc, big bro, OG, and an elder, all right? And they came up with these, and we took them and tweaked them, and these are the CSRN guiding principles. All Black lives matter, queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, wealthy Black lives, differently abled Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe.
Ashe.
And Ashe means one who changes a thing or one who makes a thing happen. Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We seek to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. Think beyond the possible. Ashe.
Ashe.
Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work. Embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Ashe.
Ashe.
Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Ashe.
Ashe.
Principal struggle can exist in a positive environment. We must be honest with one another by embracing direct, loving communication. Ashe.
Ashe.
Love. Self love is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe.
Ashe.
360-degree vision. We honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundation of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Ashe.
Ashe.
Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. Ashe.
Ashe.
The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. Ashe.
Ashe.
Training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe.
Ashe.
Jody, before we take a short break, I want to get into our Black Lives Matter moment. If you don't know, family, and also we're on camera B, so I'm looking right this way, but I should be looking over there, but it's all good.
Everybody over there.
Yeah, whoever you are. The Black Lives Matter moment, I think one of the things that impacted me a lot over these years was there was a time that we decided that we were going to make a sign, drape it over the Cherry Street Bridge. But we needed a sign that was as big as a tractor trailer rig. You know, the trailer, which is, I think that may be, was 10 feet by 60 foot. So we reached out to a couple of people and said, hey, do you have a tarp that we can borrow? We'll bring it back. And there was a company here in Toledo that they knew what we were doing, and they knew why we wanted it, and they gave us a tarp.
Yep.
And it was kind of dicey how we were going to paint it, all right, and then clip it over the edge, but we didn't have enough people. So sometimes if you can't do it, hey, let's just pause that. So I don't know where that tarp is today, and if I did, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but that would be my Black Lives Matter moment, because there's some things that we did. There's some things that we almost did that I really wanted to do. Before
it took us in a different trajectory. I was one of the proponents that had mentioned that. I take care of it for being a little anarchist, more so back in the day. But, there were some reasons why we didn't. And again, 11 years later, we turned out better for it.
Yeah, I could have still took the smoke from that, though. All right. I'm sure somebody would have been upset. Why you guys do that?
But we got Mayday and did all the other stuff to back that up right. of things that we did. Speaking of that, I'm going to go back to the first time we used the tarp with our home built together, you, me, and I want to say it was like one other person that came by to help screw a couple bolts in. And
some of the people that helped us, they wanted to help us anonymously. All right. I wasn't here, but I helped you guys. All right.
And I remember me and you setting up the scaffolding and getting the food. Our first Black Lives movie theater was Fruitville Station. We held it right across from what is Kwanzaa Park now.
Yeah.
And then I remember that day, it was a couple of hours. Me and you were sitting there with the tools and putting stuff up and getting tables out. And
we had no business setting up a huge scaffold and put a tarp over it. We had a speaker system. No, we had no business doing that, but we did it.
And that's how sometimes movements and revolutions are born. It's not always about the smartest or the richest or the more person or the person with the most
we weren't
resources.
The smartest. All right.
It was just about the determination to do it and get it done, minus the consequences. Because although it was great and it turned out well, anything could happen. Police could have pulled up, tried to pull a permit, and shut the whole thing down. But we got to play Fruitville Station and went on.
I would have bailed you out. All right, I would have bailed you out. You would have had smokes. That's with me. All right,
we would have. It was awesome because it led to 2 other movie theaters, and how everybody else has followed into doing their own little personal movie theater. Shout out to Tracy Haynes and Monty for doing that for the kids and the more youth-based things, everything like that. Because getting movies and licenses the correct way, which we found out with Chirac, is costly, and it may not happen. I remember that when we rented out a whole movie theater at the Ohio Theater on LaGrange for that piece, and actually got the approval from Spike Lee to play that movie. But either way, that's my Black Lives Matter moment.
All right, because I don't know if the people from Fruitville Station know that we played the movie without their consent. All right, well, all right, it is what it is. All right, they know where to find you. Hey, listen, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with Harold Harris. You may not know him without a sign, but we're going to come back, chop it up with Harold. Hey, this is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
Canal. En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent, and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
Yeah, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. Last week, I thought we were having some problems, Jody, with our sound, but I think that we were good on our sound, and we do this live, and we have the worst tech crew possible. So even when we're done, I don't even know why we have them, Jody, but it looks like we solved a lot of our audio, problems. So we're back. The camera, I think we fixed the camera, we fixed the mics, we fixed the computers, and maybe at the end when we say if they want to support us, it's that cash tag CSRN Toledo 419 or the PayPal CSRN Toledo. This is just the act of love that we come out here, that we come on every week. We thank you for your support. Without your support, there's no way we can have the things that we have in order to do what we do. We wouldn't be able to speak as freely about issues that are going on in Toledo. And I know without your support, we couldn't have on the brother that we have on today. And there's a CSRN tradition. Every time we have a guest, he's more like a family member, all right? But every time we have a guest, we ask who they are, what are they wearing, and what are we talking about today? So this is unlike any other time. So who are you? What are you wearing? And what are we talking about today?
Well, Brother Washington, I'm Harold Harris. A lot of people call me the Sign Man. That's what they know me. They knew me like that for years until recently. Within 2025, I ran for the mayor for the city of Toledo. Today, I'm wearing my winter attire. I got a small, like winter hat pullover. A lot of people have seen me in this hat over the years. I'm wearing a black jacket, light, and then a little black installator underneath. And, I'm dressing casual today. I'm a casual person. I'm pretty laid back. Got my blue jeans on and my little boots. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Boots today.
Look,
I want to throw something else out there.
Let's go.
Back during the campaign, I was given this bracelet from some some girls from Palestine, and they fight for the freedom in Gaza for the Palestinian people. It means a lot to me, and ever since they gave me this bracelet, I vowed I'm not going to take it off until it falls off, or either those people are free over there and they get what they need. There's another bracelet I just happened to come across in my travels during my campaign. And I went to a business one day to hand out some literature. I looked over the counter, and the man that ran the business, he had some bracelets, just free items that you pick up as you go in. And it wasn't about his business. I asked him, I said, "What is that?" And I see things like that, and somebody said, "Oh, don't worry about it, Harold. That's free. Just take you one." Then I looked at it and I read it, and the bracelet actually says, "It's okay not to be okay. Have hope." And that stuck with me, especially all the things I was going through at that moment. And then it made me think about other people, a lot of things they go through in life. The things that I'm sweating right now is small in comparison to what some people may be going through. So, and that's the same with this. I'm going to wear this till it falls off. I'm going to keep it.
Well, that concludes the podcast for today. Man, I love it. Man, I love it. I love it. And as you see, this is the space to not be okay. This is the space to stand for the things that are unpopular with conventional wisdom. And I stand strong for it's okay to not be okay. Sometimes we need help.
We do.
Sometimes you need somebody to talk to, and it's like we all got brothers in here today. And sometimes we fake okay, and we suffer from faking that we're okay instead of finding somebody to talk to, because it's a great chance that somebody's going through some things similar that can help us, but we can't stay silent, and we can't fake being good, especially as men. So, man, all right. I wanted to ask you, all right, when did you turn into Sign Man? All right. It's a great chance that there was a time that you weren't the sign guy.
Right.
Then something happened.
Something in my life.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I told a brother this months ago, way back, because people are very curious. How did you get there?
Yeah.
How did you end up on the street? How did you end up holding these signs that's probably almost half as big as me?
That's right.
And it's amazing. I mean, if you're from Toledo, if anybody out there know about Toledo, it's a small community. It's a mix of brown, black, white, all different types of people. And the thing about Toledo is politics here is something it's amazing. I mean, we have two parties, Democrat, Republican.
Yeah. Okay.
My turning point in my life that put me to the street, and if people know Tyrone Riley in Toledo,
yeah,
he was my turning point. He is what flipped the switch. He is what put me on the street. And I don't know if you want me to go into the encounter.
You know what? This is the space.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna put it on the table.
Let's go.
I live over by Ottawa Park. You familiar with Toledo? It's in the center of our city. It's the cornerstone of Toledo. I was raised in that park from the time I was a child. My mom, my father would take us there to, swing on the swings.
Yeah.
Slide on the slides. I was born in 1956. So do the math.
Okay.
I went to that park since I was 5, 6, 7 years old. That was my playground. As I gotten older, I actually, by chance, I live a block and a half from that park. And now I'm in my 60s. So that's my park. That's my home. Tyrone goes to that park, or he used to walk, to jog, get his cardio in before going to work in the morning. So we encountered each other on, like a daily basis. He was my council person for District 1. I live in District 1. I still live in District 1. I approached him one day on the walking trail, and I said, Tyrone, I need some help in my neighborhood. He looked at me. He paused. He looked, and he said, what is it? And I told him whatever the issue was. And I'm thinking, as a council person, he's going to step up and do his job and say, you know what, Harold, give me your phone number, give me a contact, give me an email.
That's right.
Let me look into it. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
You know what his response was?
What was his response?
You take care of yourself. That's right. Go ahead.
Whoa.
I see you pause.
Time out. Because I've been here a minute, and I know what politicians are supposed to say.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Even if they're not going to do it.
Right. You make it sound good.
You make it sound
good.
You
make it look good.
Right. Hey, let me take your number. All right. You don't know if I'm going to ball it up or 86 it or 39 it.
Right. 513.
Right. Yeah. So to say after he hears you,
right,
and you're the constituent, you live in that.
Yeah.
And it's a great chance that you voted for him, all right,
or
participated, or participated in the process.
I'm a voter.
Yeah, right.
I always vote,
and we're taxpayers.
And I show up at my precinct, and I show up at the polls.
All right,
I cast that vote.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So he said, "Bro, take care of it yourself."
That's what he said. So my response, just like your response, was your face went frozen. And when I heard that, I froze too. My response was to myself. I never verbally responded, but my response to myself, he's facing this way, I'm going that way. He's going north, I'm going south. And we paused as we crossed. We had the conversation. And I said, what the heck? Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. And as the conversation ended, he went back into his fast jog walk. I went back into my jog. And at that moment, my life changed. At that moment, I said, okay, I got something for you.
All right.
I got something for you. That took me to the street. That that's the moment I called my sign man and said, make me a sign. Tyrone was on the verge, probably 2 months, 3 months later, campaigning for I think it was second term or another term. And that's when I first picked up a sign. I enjoyed it so much when I campaigned against that man. I saw the reaction from the community, what that sign could do.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was like lightning went through my body.
Yeah.
And I just said that, you know what? I campaigned hard. I think some people, when they first met me, they didn't know my name, but they saw that man is out there campaigning, and he's not just campaigning, he's campaigning against Tyrone Riley, which we knew he was very well known in the community.
Right.
And he was a brother.
Right.
One of ours.
Okay.
But people came to me, they pulled up on me, and they said, what did that man do to you? They wanted to know.
Yeah.
Because they knew if I was out there campaigning against one of ours, that he must have done something. But it's hard to explain, just like I'm explaining to you, when I'm standing on the corner and they sitting at a red light, and that light turns red in 30 seconds. What really happened? And but you got the real story. But that's when it all changed in my life, and that was back in 2019.
Well, the beauty of our signs is they invoke a curiosity.
It does.
All right. And of course, and Jody and I, we took some flack for our signs because we may have started out saying with a sign that says hands up, don't shoot. And people say, well, brother, I don't want to be passive. No, okay. It has nothing to do with being passive.
Right.
And then we moved on to having the Black Lives Matter. Oh, so y'all hate white people? Bro, if I could put everything that our goals and objectives on a sign, it'd be too many letters.
It would be.
Or when we started saying justice or else, or are you guys about to get violent or defund the police or support Harold Harris? Well, so the signs get the attention for a greater conversation.
It does.
If you're willing to have it.
My hope with my signs, I always go with 3 lines. I try to keep it simple. And I don't care if it's a billboard. I don't care if it's a 24 by 18. I don't care if it's a 3 by 4. I always go with 3 lines. And I'm hoping, even with Black Lives Matter, like you was speaking on Black Lives Matter earlier, that was a pivotal moment in my life. George Floyd was killed, sitting on my couch.
Yeah.
It was horrible what was done to that man. He was murdered. And he was murdered by the people that's supposed to protect us. And that was, you've known me and you've seen me. I've not only campaigned against politicians, I've campaigned against causes.
Right.
And not just for local causes, national causes. Police reform, Black Lives Matter, voting rights, voter registration. But I always keep it simple. I keep it at 3 lines. Because just that line alone, Black Lives Matter, I don't have to put it all on that sign.
That's
you Google that word, Black Lives Matter, and you will get a whole encyclopedia of what we're talking about.
Right. And you could decide what it means to you.
Right.
All right.
Just the same, if you put police reform, 3 lines on a sign, you don't have to put it all out there. Who got killed? How many brothers and sisters were shot down in this America?
That's right.
How many brothers and sisters were murdered, by the police that was supposed to protect us? Look it up. Google it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You do some work, all right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just here. I'm willing to stand here with the sign, all right? And whenever I saw you, you'd have a sign that's unpopular.
Oh, definitely.
And I wanted to always make sure, look, I'm going to stop. I'm going to hug him, all right? And if I got my bullhorn, we're going to talk about it right here, all right? And I've always loved that. I wanted to ask you, with the time that I have left, man.
Look, when you asked me to come on and you said, Harold, 10 or 15 minutes, I'm like, there's no way, Jose, he gonna get everything he wants from me.
It's 10, okay. All right. I'll just have Jody motion me that I got 5 more minutes. All right. I can just keep motioning me. He'll have me tack 5 more minutes on.
Yeah.
I would love for you to come back because Harold Harris is a whole vibe. All right. Harold Harris could be a verb. Hey, brother, I'm about to go
you know what? I'm going to give you something that may help you. It may help your listeners, people that, pay attention to what you got going on here every week and what you're doing in the community. Case, I know I won't get everything out of who I am and what I'm all about, but during my campaign, if you go to Harold Harris Toledo, you go to my homepage website, and then you click on it has a media page, it has a the media, it has a gallery, and you hit the media. And when you go to the media page, you will see at least probably a dozen interviews of me from the time I was 3 years old all the way. Go back down, scroll down. Go. You see that little three line box right there?
Right here.
Yeah, click on that.
All right, let me share it on our live feed. Let's see if I can do that.
Yeah.
I've been working with this pretty good lately, so hopefully I don't mess this up.
Okay.
Yeah, let's share the screen. Family, just be patient with us. We're gonna
those three bars at the top right, at the top of your screen at the right. Click on those three bars.
Okay. All right, so we are actually streaming live the page, Harold Harris for Mayor, write-in candidate, and we're going to go to these three lines.
Right at the
We
top
click
right.
those.
You see the media?
And we go to media.
And I tell you, you get into that, baby, scroll through that.
Okay.
You will see every
interview. Wow. And here's the all right now.
You got the golden goose right there.
Man, family, look. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up after this. Because as you see right here, we've got it.
That's it.
This is the live feed here on our page.
That's it.
And I want to play this video.
And you know where that video came from?
No.
Right off of Auburn and Monroe Street. If you was to go one block off of Monroe and you was headed east, right? Right there where they built that new gas station at.
Yeah.
And that new beauty supply place.
Yeah.
It's like 2 streets over.
Oh,
that
wow.
exists in our city. And we got a lot of areas. If you listen to that video, it's the north end,
we
the
listened
south
to
end, the east side, the West Toledo. I was dead on that. And that's why I campaign hard like I do, baby. Because when I drive through those areas, all these brothers and sisters out there, I treat them like family. They are my family. And I wouldn't even let my family members live in those kind of conditions. But our current mayor, our current administration, city council members have looked the other way for decades and let these neighborhoods crumble. They don't let Franklin Park, they don't let Costco, Westgate, Secor, Monroe, all those areas over there by Talmadge. It's almost like we got 2 different Toledos. But the brown and black community has been left behind. Separate
and unequal. All right. I want to play this video for CSRN family.
Okay.
If you don't know Harold Harris, and if you've been under a rock for the past 3 years, all right. I want to show you a different look at activism. Let's play this video. It's a 30-second clip.
Oh, it's awesome, baby. We're standing in Toledo right now. This is not the Mud Hen Stadium. This is not the bars downtown. This is not the riverfront. This is our neighborhoods right here. East side, south end, the north end, West Toledo.
Looks like we have some technical difficulties on the.
We got a technical glitch here or what?
No.
We got blight and these type of conditions.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
All right, because we're streaming this live. I normally download it and upload it so that we don't get that.
Okay.
Hey, we're at the library. Come on, Mott Brent's library. They should have better internet. All right.
Oh, okay.
We'll blame it on the Mott Brent's internet, and then I apologize for saying that when I get off the air because I want to come back again.
Oh yeah.
But this was a extraordinarily well done video, and the fact that you said that this is just a couple of blocks over, or not even a block over. This was filmed in Toledo.
Oh, definitely.
It's the current.
I actually picked that location. I drove around, and it didn't take me long to find it. The day we went to film that, he said, "Well, Harold, we're gonna do filming. Where do you want to go?" And it took me 5 minutes to find that spot. And I said, "This is it. This is our city right here. This is the real Toledo we see every day." That when we go home and come home from work and we get off a tartar or we come home from our job, this is where 60% of our community we're looking at.
Yeah.
We're looking at this every day.
No doubt.
And
no
something
doubt.
needs to be done about it.
All right. So
needs to be done. Needs to be fixed.
All right. Our last our last couple things, and we got to have you back because you're a whole.
Oh, yeah.
You're a one man movement in itself, and just one sit down is not going to adequately really break down all that all
Right.
that needs to be
Right.
had.
Right.
We're big on gratitude. That's one of the ways that we do our activism, and then we're able to come back the next day to keep us balanced. So, if you could list 3 things that you're grateful for, what would those things be for Harold Harris?
Well, number one is I'm grateful for God in my life.
Mm.
I think we all need that. We all, most people crave to have God in their life, to be part of their life. And I'm very grateful for that. I believe he's there. He's with me.
That's awesome.
He was with me during that election. He lifted me. He carried me.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done what I could have done.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was on my own, baby.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think all of us we were able to see that.
Yes.
Everybody was
Yes.
able to see who was with you. Everyone was able to see if your signs were going to change. All right. That's what I was waiting for. Let me see if you're going to have all lives matter sign.
Oh,
Let's see
okay.
if you're going to switch up.
No,
you remain.
I stuck on target.
Yeah,
I
bro.
stuck on mission.
Yeah.
And I stuck to that mission to the end.
Yeah,
Till they turn the lights out at the polls and locks the door.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I did. I gave 200%.
Yeah.
One, I'm thankful for the people that I met in this community. I mean, I see a lot of people because I've been out there for a long time. But I tell you, the people that approached me, the people that supported me, it wasn't financial. I mean, I carried my own horse or pulled my own wagon.
I got you. Yes, sir.
Financially.
Yeah.
But it was the moral statements. It was the things that people said to me that lifted me.
That's right.
The look in people's eyes.
That's right.
That believed in me.
That's right.
I mean, I felt like, and I know this is a little bit of a stretch, but I felt like I was almost ordained by God to take this mission. That he had came to me and said, this is what I need you to do, my brother. And I will help you carry this. I will teach you everything you need to know.
Well,
I've never been it was amazing.
Yeah, but that's what we saw.
Yeah, because I've never been a politician.
Yeah.
But most people that didn't know me probably thought, this man must be a politician. He had to be. How could he know all these things? How would he know what to do and how to do it? But like you said, because my God, he was there, you know what I'm saying? And then, other than that, my family, my neighbors, the friends and the people in the community. And like I said, those are the 3 things that really took me and carried me. I think if you got those things around you, family, God, and people in your life, you can almost accomplish anything.
Beautiful.
You can accomplish anything.
Last question is, well, I should have had this question before.
Oh, we forgot about gun violence, baby. I was fighting on that too.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have you back.
Yeah,
all right,
it's
we're gonna have you back because whatever battlefield we were on at CSRN, Harold was on. All right, and it was always great to see you. It's like, yeah, there are people out here that's willing to take that moral stand. It may not be popular, but that's okay. All right. I'm fine with not being popular.
Me too.
That's why that's why we wanted to have you here. It's fine to wave at you outside of the car. All right.
Okay.
It's fine to honk at you, but no, I want to be with you. So when the deal goes down, all right. Yeah, I was there with Brother Harold Harris. All right. And I got a video of me with him. With him, all right. All right. Lastly, self-care is a big part of what we do. Recognizing that we're not going to solve all of our problems today. We do have to be able to come back. So what is it that you do to balance out? What is it that you do to maintain mental composure so that we can look forward to seeing you again?
I mean, so I can keep going
Yeah.
and fighting that next battle.
Yeah.
You know, I think for me, when you see me being an activist, when you see me campaigning on fighting for issues, It's usually in the spring through November.
Okay.
And I'm going through all kind of phases. That during that time frame. And some people have made a comment. I haven't seen our brother out. They haven't seen me. Well, this is Ohio. This is up north.
Yeah.
We do have a winter season.
I don't know what y'all want from us. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's been 15 below zero.
Yeah.
It's been 10 degrees outside.
Like y'all hired us or something. All right.
Yeah. So I think we all take a break to recharge our batteries.
That's right.
Recoup, rethink, get ready for the next season. I'm already drilling down on what I need to do next year in 2026.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm working on some things right now. And you might even, if you pay attention, in the next couple of weeks, I usually do something first part of January for Black Lives Matter and freedom. A lot of people don't realize this, but January the 1st, 1863, we call it New Year's Day. I call it Freedom Day. That's the day Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation that freed every Black man in this United States of America. We talk about Juneteenth, but if that man had not took the effort, and as a Republican, he was a Republican president, he took that pen to paper on the day of New Year's Day and freed every Black man in the United States of America and every Black woman and every Black child. We walked off that plantation. So usually the 1st of January, if you're familiar with the Toledo City paper, I run an ad in there for 1863, 1 January, Black Lives Matter and freedom. And I try to throw up some billboards the first of the month. I'm doing that. So I do that every year, and I've been doing it probably for the last 5-6 years. And the reason why that came about is because during history, as we grew up, we learned about Abraham Lincoln, but really all that information has been faded away from the history books. And I tell you, if you walk up on a Black man or a white man and ask them, do you know what 1863 is, 1 January? Now, I know the 1st of January is New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. It's a new year.
But actually, it was Freedom Day for Black people. I don't even understand why that's not a holiday. Because I would tell you what, if I was a slave on a plantation back in 1863, and all my relatives and ancestors was in chains and shackles, and all of a sudden the president freed us, I bet for sure those people partied and danced like it was a holiday.
Well,
when he signed those papers and said every Black man and every Black woman, every Black child is free. And so I believe I celebrate 2 holidays on New Year's Day.
All right.
The first holiday is Freedom Day. The second holiday is the white man's holiday, which is New Year's Day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Look, I didn't ask for it, but I got it. That's what I'm talking about.
You said, a lot of people, you know what?
Yeah.
I speak my mind.
I love it.
And I've done that all my life. I was raised that way. That's who I am. And you notice that during the campaign.
I love it.
And so and that's why I think it's in my DNA to be an activist, to fight for whatever I think I need to fight for, what I believe in. And I'm gonna stand by that till I take my last breath.
Family, this is my brother. Thank you, brother, for man. Man, we need to have I'm gonna talk to Jody off camera. We need to have a what's going on with Harold Harris segment. All right. Whenever we have Harold Harris in, family, this is our brother. You know him as the sign man. Some know him as a candidate for mayor. We know him as a fellow comrade, taking a stand. If it's popular, he's with it. If it's unpopular, he's with it too. And I stand with you, brother.
Well, I appreciate that.
I stand with you.
I really do. And it means a lot to me. I want to say thank you.
Oh,
and I want to say thank you to all those people out there that support the CSRN, that's listening. It's a fight. It's a struggle. And born Black, born brown, we're going to fight and we're going to struggle till we dead. And our children and our children after our children are going to have to continue to fight. We all think just because we're free, it's over. It's not over. It just started. It's just started. We got to continue that fight, and it's got to go on and on for generations and generations. You know, when they say free at last, thank God Almighty, free at last.
Yeah.
We still in that struggle.
That's right.
We still in that struggle.
All right. Hey, that's going to be the end, though. All right. Hey, fella, this is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
All right, baby.
Pathway Incorporated Brothers United program believes that children are important. Every day we support and advocate for fathers because when children have involved fathers, the whole community thrives. The fathers that come into the Brothers United program are mostly young fathers who are primarily gang members or drug dealers or those involved in lots of trauma from the time when they were youth until now. The program has fatherhood classes which teach you about your role as a father, the importance of being a father, healthy relationships, how to co-parent and work better together with your co-parent, and then economic stability, how to get a job, how to keep a job. It is so important for fathers to learn to take care of their children holistically, not just emotionally, not just physically, but financially as well, because children need a holistic approach.
I really just needed help with really being a better father and looking for a job to be able to support my kids.
Some of the problems I was facing when I joined Brothers United was communication with my children. Had some time apart from each other for a while, so they gave me the tools to really get back in communication with them.
Fathers will come into our program with their heads down. 2 weeks later, their heads are up. 3 weeks later, they're laughing and talking. 4 weeks later, they're building a bond. And by the time we get to 8 weeks, they're saying, hey, we want to stay here. What can we do to stay connected?
It gave me a better perspective on how to look at things from other people's point of view. You know, sometimes us as men, we get caught up in being prideful and arrogant, thinking we don't need the help. We do. And we just have to put our pride, selfishness, and arrogance to the side. And when the help is there, take it.
Hope plays the most important role in everything that we do because we have to have hope. We have to remember that fathers are important, and we have to not only say it, but we have to live it, we have to breathe it, we have to do it, we have to convey it to everyone.
Let's get a BU Nation on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3, BU Nation!
The dads give us hope. The dads supply for us on the days when it gets hard. On the days when we've seen more violence than we ever want to see. On the days when we've lost some dads to jail or to murder, they give us hope. And so the hope that lives can change. If you invest in them, if you believe in them, then lives can change.
Brothers United changed my life, I would say, because of where I come from, what I've been through. I learned to understand it is help out there. Don't be scared to ask for it. If you don't reach, you can't grab. That's it.
They made me more employable, more desirable by employers, which in turn helped me provide for my family and provide for my children and my grandchild. So it makes me a better man, a better father, and a better example.
It showed me like how to be better to my kids, so I went and got custody of my son. My son been with me for a couple months now. So this showed me how to be a better parent all around, just a better man, period.
Initially, I didn't know that it could change men's lives. I didn't know that fathers could change. But it's amazing to me when fathers come back a year later, 2 years later, and tell us thank you. Or they'll make a Facebook post and say, look at what I'm doing now. It's amazing to me about the level of work that we've been able to do and the lives that we've changed in just a short period of time. And the fathers who come back and say, thank you, I needed you, and you were there.
Shout out to Brothers United, man.
About Kwanzaa, huh?
Yeah, we're talking about Kwanzaa, and we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We stream live from Mott Branch Library. So shout out to the staff, to Teresa, Kevin, the branch manager, Olivia, and everybody that rolls out the red, black, and green carpet for us every week. So shout out to Mott Branch Library. As always, with CSRN tradition, and we're entering into the time for Kwanzaa. As you saw when we were promoting this podcast, we had our red, black, and green fist as the clip art that we use to promote our podcast today. But whenever we have a guest on, we always ask who they are, what are they wearing, and what are we talking about? So, man, I think this is the first time that I've spoke with you in our studio like this. So who are you? What are you wearing? And what are we talking about today?
Okay. Who I am. My name is Josh Cunningham. Dude from Toledo, been here my whole life. What am I wearing? Hat on Deck Alliance. It represents my nonprofit that I got over at the Douglas Center.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that too. All right. Since you wore the gear, all
I
right.
wore some gear, yeah. Shout out ICANN program. But we're talking about Kwanzaa as well.
Right.
Over at the Douglas Center.
All right. So we're having I'm on the Kwanzaa committee with you. And man, when is it? And when is the Kwanzaa program starting? And what does Kwanzaa mean to you?
So when is it? Where is it? It's at the Frederick Douglass Community Center. I think that's 1001. Is that Indiana?
That is correct.
Avenue. And it'll be the day after Christmas, 26th through the 1st, which I think is Wednesday or Thursday.
Right.
6 p.m. to about 8 every night.
Okay. Do you have a day that you're leading?
I do.
All right.
I do.
What's your day, and why is that day important to you?
My day is Kuji Chagalia, and that's self-determination. It's very important to me. Very important to me, because it basically says that we decide who we are. We claim our own names, and we're not given names, and we don't adopt the names that other people give us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's funny that you guys were talking about that with Mr. Harris earlier.
Yeah.
Because of two types of Toledo, two sides of Toledo, and I believe that one of the sides he was talking about, we've adopted like a sense of community that wasn't really ours. It was given to us. The dude, can't remember his name, but he said something about if you can determine what a man thinks, you don't have to worry about what he does.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan had said once that he who prescribes the diameter of your knowledge controls the circumference of your activity. So as we're being told how to think and what to think, then we automatically end up in certain places. And most time we have no idea how we got here. So to be able to think outside of that, and that self-determination to realize that we can define ourselves, name for ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. And that's what our podcast is about. So we don't have to ask permission to talk about Kwanzaa. We didn't have to ask permission to have Harold Harris. Later on, we're going to have Haley Shears come on. She has her own website called Pretty Protection, and she sells stuff. All right, that'll stop you. Well, she'll talk about that later. So being able to have that self-determination is big, big for me. Let's back to you. All right, you had me missing. You had me talking about other stuff. When did you become involved with Toledo Kwanzaa House? And man, how did that happen for you?
So about 2 years ago, Sister Diane, she asked me if I would join. It's funny though, she started it, I don't know how long ago, 50 years ago or something like that. Yeah. Originally, my parents, Philip and Laverne Cunningham, were part of the Kwanzaa House at that point.
Wow.
Too. I remember going when I was a kid. It was at some library or something. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
But I remember going when I was a kid to Kwanzaa. And, I thought at the time it's a common misconception, but I thought it was like Black People Christmas, like we were trying to hijack Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was of that thinking, too, until Miss Diane and a couple of people had to correct me.
Yeah, they corrected us. And now that I know more, now that I'm adult, like I've parted with my childish ways as much.
Okay.
Not all of them, but
all right. Hey, we're working on it. All right,
we're working on it. But I understand it a lot more clearly now. Like I understand it's really a set of principles that we need to study all year and really practice all year.
Yeah.
Right. And this is kind of the culmination of it and kind of the start of it. But like stuff with Kwanzaa needs to be happening because those principles are principles that they're principles that we as a community could use to defend against a lot of the programming. Let's call it that. Right.
And that's what it is. Yeah.
Because racism really is a team sport,
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, everybody know their part except us.
Yeah.
Everybody know their
Everybody
part.
knows their part except us. And it's like, this is our chance to kind of to get to know those parts, right? And really understand how we can be stronger ourselves and then how we can connect with each other, right? And kind of be on the same page, right? You almost need a set of rules like Jody was talking about earlier with you guys as principles.
Right. A mission statement and some guiding principles that you created. We created our mission statement. We created our guiding principles. So there's no way we could be like anybody else. All right. And we know if you come in here talking outside of unity, outside of self-determination, collective work, and like, I don't know about that, bro. All right. That just don't fit.
Don't fit.
Right.
How does it? How would it?
It can't, not unless you, as Dave Chappelle talked about on his latest stand-up, unless you allow yourself to be co-opted. And somebody's going to try. Part of our Black Lives Matter moments was us talking about that process. When we started this, there was an attempt to co-opt what we were doing and make it something else. And I think it's flattering that, heck, you see us enough that you want to co-opt, but it's not going to happen, and at least not on Jody's watch, and really not on my watch, and a few others that stood up to say, no, we're not doing that. So if our former slave masters and their children want to punish us with their absence, because they have this thing, this Cronus complex, where they feel that they're entitled to take over all spaces, and it didn't go well for them. So so we're still here, and I'm gonna have to wrap this up. All right, we have 7 principles, unity, and I'll ask you just what each of these principles mean to you. Our first day is Umoja, unity, and that's my day. How important is unity for you?
Unity is off the charts, man. It's really important. Unity is important. I think other ones are more important before we get to unity. But having one collective thought makes it more powerful. Says like it's like the mastermind principle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we talked about self-determination. Our third day is Ujima, collective work and responsibility. And it says to build and maintain our community together and make our problems your brothers and sisters' problems, our problems, and solve them together. It kind of reminds me of your nonprofit, or how you saw a need in the community, and you actually, man, we got to have you back to even talk about that. I've never seen anyone using skateboarding as the ability to reel in young people and then be able to give them some of those Nguzo Saba principles and teachings and lessons. All right. So yeah, that's collective work. Cooperative economics. Why do you think it's important for us to recycle our dollars in our community?
Because money talks.
And everything else walks?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Bottom line.
All right. Purpose. What do you believe your purpose is?
To teach. To teach.
And it says to make our collective vocation the build and development of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. And that means that, yeah, like Harold says, something has happened. And like you said, something happened to us. And some of us have no idea how deep it goes. So that's important to me. Creativity.
And that is by design too.
Oh, it's
That
not
is
an
by
accident.
design.
Yeah, it's not an accident. No. And once you know, you can use some guiding principles to help guide you through some of those pitfalls.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be tricked when we're unified. It's hard to be told that you're a YN, or for me, a ON. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Thanks for Pops is better. All right. Creativity and faith. How does creativity and faith play a pivotal role in your life?
Well, I play the drums, so I mean that's a lot of creativity. But I think the kuumba and the creativity goes beyond just like painting and dancing and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and like those type of art forms. But I think it's more about thinking uniquely about how to solve problems, being creative with solving problems, and kind of thinking outside of the box and not subscribing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we do want you to subscribe and hit that
subscribe here.
notification. Well, all right. I just thought I thought I'd be creative. All right. And say it since you said it first. All right.
I feel like you've been waiting to say that.
Look, I've been waiting up all night.
Yes, sir.
Say
Yes,
that.
sir.
All right. The last thing that we wanted to talk about is self-care and gratitude. All right. For Josh Cunningham. What is it that you do for self-care, and what are 3 things that you're grateful for?
Things I do for self-care is I know I need to work out every day, just as a guy. Somehow, some sort of a workout. Not
Okay.
something crazy.
All right. Okay.
And I fast pretty often as well. You know.
Cool. All right.
Spend time silent. And what was the second part? 3 things I'm grateful for.
3 things that you're grateful for.
That's easy. I know grace and mercy for sure. And good people, good vibes. So I like that too.
Hey, would you be willing to come back another time so that we can expand the conversation on your nonprofit?
Yeah, I'd love to.
What do you do? And how young people could really get involved, because spring is coming soon. All right. And I think that a lot of young people will want to be involved in something different, something creative. All right.
Yeah, and check out the Frederick Douglass Center. They're really doing a lot of stuff with the community too.
No doubt.
Down there, 1001 Indiana Avenue.
Right.
Yeah, check them out.
And as we had put up the flyer earlier regarding the Toledo Kwanzaa House, it's our 59th year. Some people are saying it's our 60th year. So I lost count at 57.
Okay.
All right. So it's our 60th year celebration of Kwanzaa in Toledo. Big shout out to Mother Diane Gordon. She has been on Kwanzaa, I think, for day one. For day one, when Kwanzaa was created, her family was maybe the first family in Toledo that brought this. And I think maybe 20 years ago, I saw them performing on libation at Robinson Junior High. And I'm like, oh, here we go again, hijacking Christmas. But my minister at that time, Charles Muhammad, and Diane Gordon, had schooled me, hey, this ain't that. This is something that lines up with what your grandmother, a good grandmother would want to tell you, what a good mom would want to tell you, and a good faith leader would want to tell you. So I'm glad to be a part of that. Show up the first day, because I'm talking like they can see me. Show up the first day, because I'm kicking it off. I'm bringing the energy. I'm bringing the positivity. I'm bringing it strong. I'm bringing it black. So be there. 6 o'clock. Doors open at 5. December 26th, Frederick Douglass Community Center. Everything that we've done at CSRN that was about something we did at the Doug, and we ain't stopping now. Hey, anything else before we take a short break? We're going to come back with Haley Shears. I want you to stay in the studio and hear what she got to say.
Of course,
all right?
Of course.
Yeah, she might have some stuff that she can sell us to. All right. Hey, family, this is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. As Jody was saying earlier, this is our last show of the year. Next week, we will be at the Frederick Douglass Community Center. And maybe, Jody, we can set up our podcast stuff and maybe stream something live from there. All right. Well, also, we added another feature that normally when we have Jody off camera, you never get a chance to hear him. So we put together, he dipped into the account. He broke us off from the bank account, and we got another microphone, all right, for the resale store. All right. So, hey, we're back. And as CSRN tradition, Haley's not a guest. She's one of us. So, if you're mad at me, be mad at her too. All right. So we come as a set. So give your intro. What are you wearing? And what are we talking about today?
Hi, I'm Haley. I have on today a beige hat, a black shirt that says prettyprotection.com, and black pants and black shoes. So just pretty simple.
Okay. All right. How can we get one of those Pretty Protection shirts? Are they on the website?
The Pretty Protection shirts, I do believe they are on the website, but
I do not believe this, man.
Oh, look at this.
Man, look.
It's been a year.
Man. Oh, what?
So look, what do I
What
have
the
for you
what?
guys?
Oh man,
this is
dude. I celebrate Christmas now. All the brothers better not come telling me y'all don't celebrate. We don't celebrate. No,
So
I'm
Jody.
celebrating it right now.
And it's not Merry Christmas. It's just
okay.
Happy holidays, and I appreciate
Well,
you guys. So
I'll take a happy holiday shirt. Look,
or I owe you,
That's
every week you're
fine,
saying
man.
I haven't.
Shoot, no,
So I came through this
I'm
time.
keeping it real. All right.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank
welcome.
you. Hey, we had talked earlier about some of the right steps we saw you make in 2025. We heard you say that you were going to do some things, and then you did it. You said that you were going to add some things onto the website, and you did it. If you don't mind, how did all that come about that you actually said you were going to do something, and then it happened?
So first off, it was self-reflection. So I had to realize where my flaws were, what were my strong points and what were my weak points. And that comes with being authentic and just knowing yourself, being honest with yourself. So a lot of times you're like, oh, I'm working on myself, but you can't see anything wrong with you. So it's like,
that's true.
You are the problem. So I think that was one of the first things is just once I focused in and locked in on me, then I was able to progress, and then I was able to receive the things that the universe was given to me.
Okay.
So I would just say,
Jody, we should be writing this
locking
down,
in.
all right, for 2026. So we won't be crying 2027. All right.
And then I had to stop selling products and start building my brand. So just, everybody knows, I've been out and I'm out in clubs and people are like, hey, you're the stun gun girl, So it's like now I can be like, yeah, I do have stun guns, but I have self-protection and I can teach you CPR, so start just building my brand and just realizing like the stun guns are great and buying your product is an investment, but ultimately you are the investment. And the more you invest in self, then the more that you can create. So that, and then just showing up and being consistent. showing up for myself and being consistent, and then not only just having those values and those changes for myself, but having those consistencies across my life. So that means, being committed to, if I'm going to get up in the morning and read my Bible, get up in the morning and read your Bible, so just making those goals and setting those goals in my personal life as well as in my business life and sticking to those goals, and being able to create that all over, like just all around, is able to, then it wasn't when I do at work, but it was just became a habit. It just becomes who you are. And when it becomes who you are, then you display that in every aspect of your life. So just little tips and tricks like those.
Man, that was cold right there, what I just heard. That's something that I believe that those of us that watch a podcast, and it's heavily activist laden stuff that we do, but I think that for all of us that maybe want to set some goals, and when you talked about really take some inventory on yourself and being honest, I think that all of us that are watching this podcast could, including myself, could take something from that in order to improve our lives. If I'm going to be honest with myself, I think I'm ready to be honest with myself while I'm laughing. But I am.
Because then anything anyone tells you is not a shock, it's not a defense, but it's like, I already know this, you can work on those things. So, and then just knowing my dream and my vision is exactly that. My dream and my vision. So that goes back to just knowing who you are. Once you can discover those things, then really there is no limit, So yeah.
All right. I want to highlight 3 things that I heard that you wanted to do in 2025, and then it actually happened. I remember you talking about you wanted to do more than the lady with the stun gun. You were talking about CPR and some of those things that we could be prepared when unfortunate things happen.
Yes.
How did you go from stun guns to now you're reviving us? How did that happen?
Honestly, it was just, I wanted more, and I wanted to be able to provide more. Yes, I can give you a stun gun and educate you on that, but our babies, I can't give them stun guns.
True. That's true.
So I just wanted to be able to have more that I can give to everybody, no matter the age. And honestly, especially our youth, I wanted to be able to have something that I could provide them. And as well as just myself, and I have teenager toddlers. So it's a long age gap between my kids, but just being able to have something that I can just educate the kids on in general, from babysitting classes to first aid CPR to lifeguard. These are all skills that we need, especially in our community. We need our babies, our kids, you say kids all the time. You're 10 years old and you're babysitting your little brother, what I'm saying? Like
true.
Mom's at work. We have the latchkey kids.
That's true.
That's common, but our kids don't know the proper way where you're babysitting your little brother, but what do you do if he choke? Like they don't know. You don't know. So just being able to give back in that aspect. On top of, I just like to learn everything I can and as much as I can, and that's just where we are.
There was something else that whenever you come on, we listen to what you say, then we scour your page to see if you're going to follow up with it. All right. You were talking about a curriculum or a program. Once again, how do we start at stun gun, and then you're writing a curriculum for young people? How did that come about?
So when I've always been into preschool. I've always loved preschoolers. And just lately, when I had my son, he's 3 now. When I had my son, I'm like, I want to homeschool him. So I was like, and I was a stay-at-home mom. So I'm like, what better time now than to write something for when he gets old enough, I can teach him. And as I start working in preschools even more, I come from a background where my mom did daycare. She was at home. She did childcare at home. And even now to this day, like some of her kids that she watched, they'll call her and be like, are you doing daycare? Like, we want my kids to come to you,
Man.
So it's kind of, it's kind of in me, but also so I created the curriculum, and then as I talk to parents, as my family, we have a lot of little kids in our family, and everyone's coming to me and they're saying like, you should open up a daycare, or you love the kids, or I'm the auntie to have 30 kids at my house, and
That's dope.
30 kids and no rules, but no rules mean, but I do have expectations.
It's all good.
I
All
have
right.
expectations.
Okay.
So, it's like you're going to jump off the roof. I'm like, you never coming back, and your mom never going to let you come back. So you do what you want to do.
All
And if
right.
they jump, I don't
That's
probably
fair.
let you there
That's
anyway.
fair.
So,
All right.
but long story short, I did all of that. And as I work in our community and as I volunteer and work with kids, I see the lack of early childhood education. People think that it's not important. And I see the kids, they know all the songs, but they don't know their colors. They don't know their ABCs. And mom is stressed and she's like, this kid is working my nerves, but you haven't put him in childcare. And then you can't go through JFS because there's all of these different barriers. So it's basically just saying like, I seen the need and I have the knowledge and the passion, so why not fulfill it?
Okay. Hey, listen, before they start flicking the light on and off, and when we have Jody back on, he's going to come through with the sub date. So, Jody, we may have to give at least a few sub dates. He's looking at me like, no, I'm taking all the time. All right. What am I going to say to that?
Sorry, Jody. Took some of your time.
If you're watching this, you can see the ticker is prettyprotection.com. You see the logo in the lower right hand corner. Make sure you go to prettyprotection.com. Get some of the things that's going to protect you. That's for men and women. And I see you got a bag here. What's in the bag?
Well, your gifts was in the bag.
Oh, okay.
And my new favorite one. So
Okay,
this is
what
the
is
newest
that?
one. It's a stanga. Yeah. So you just put it in and it's just in your wrist, in your palm. And this is great for like everything. You can carry groceries, you can carry a kid, you can do whatever you want, but it doesn't take up too much. So this is another one. You can get this on the website as well.
Of course, I'm not
Very ergonomic. I like that.
I'm not trying to give a demonstration, all right? So I don't want all right. But if I saw you with that, it would look like you had some rings on. So I probably think, oh, that's an easy
You
bet.
probably wouldn't even see it, honestly.
Oh no, you wouldn't. No, it just flashed like it was jewelry.
Yeah, you don't even see it.
Yeah, so that make you. Yeah, I would think that you would be an easy target, even though family, I'm not out here doing that. But that's something that's easy to handle and
very lightweight.
Okay, so what would that do if you were to
Shock you?
Yeah.
So the first 5 seconds, it stuns you. And then after that, the longer you stun, the more it does. So eventually it can just disable you. You can lose your body functions, like use the bathroom by yourself.
Oh man. Okay.
So it just depends, but it's not, you don't want to stun someone for a long time. You want to do like short bursts.
Okay, all right.
So like
Okay.
because it's like the longer
Right,
you hold
right.
it, the less power goes down. So you want
Okay.
to keep recharging. Keep
Okay.
getting them.
All right. And that's on the website too?
Absolutely.
All right. Man, we're coming up on Christmas. Do you have any special Christmas packages for this time of the year or special New Year's?
Packages. So right now we have 3 for $50. We have a choice from 5 different items you can choose from for $50. That goes from stun guns to pepper spray to the defense comb. So you can get it, or the alarm. You can get any of those. So any of these. Not that one. So these, and then the alarm as well, or another stun gun, the square one. Just because I always have men say, that's all for women. So I did a lipstick one and a regular one. And then we also have AirPods as well. So I'm adding AirPods to the brand. So I have a special on that. You can always check it out on my page, Haley Shears or Pretty Protection.
Lastly, self-care. What are you going to be doing for self-care? I was going to say for Christmas, but what are you going to be doing for self-care the rest of this year? Or are you going to bring some new things in for 2026 regarding self-care?
So for 2026 regarding self-care, no, honestly, the same thing I probably tell you guys all the time. silence.
Yeah, let's go.
I love silence and music, particularly like jazz music. I love and just being with my kids.
Okay.
It's like, watching them just do their thing and me just sitting back. So
All right.
just easygoing.
All right, cool. 3 things you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for family and friends and air. Just being able to have my 5 senses, like including a sound mind.
Well, that's good. All right, so Jody, next week we're off because we got Kwanzaa. The week after we're coming back. I don't know who we come back with. I think we have Haley. We're trying to get Montrese Terry. We talked with him. He loves what we do. We love what he does. And I like for everybody to see the making of Mr. Hear Me. You hear him as a motivational speaker. You hear him trying to sing Frankie Beverly. I shouldn't say trying. Yeah, you sing it good because I still want you to be on. But nobody really, right. Nobody's ever heard that story of how did that come about. So we look forward to hearing from our brother Montrese and many other of us that I say that we're unsung, but we're doing the work. But it's a great chance we may not hear about you on this channel or that channel in this paper. So we're looking forward to that. Hey, anything else before we?
Only thing is, if you have a child age 4 through 6 and they are struggling with kindergarten or they are entering into kindergarten, please contact me. If your child is going into kindergarten and they're sitting at home, contact me. I do have a program that they can come to Monday through Thursday from 9:30 to 12:30, and as long as you have Medicaid, it's free. So why not get those babies into a good program where you can prepare them from kindergarten? We can close that gap of kids without close that gap in education. So studies show that kids who do early education, they have a better success rate in school. So let's just close that gap.
All right. And with that, thank you, man. That was a good
elevator speech.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was acapella.
All right.
It's off the dome.
Okay. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. Big shout out to Josh Cunningham. Big shout out to Harold Harris, Haley Shears, prettyprotection.com. Check her out. She's got some sales for the Christmas. She got some sales for New Year's. And I think she should have one of those things. If you type CSRN, all right, / whatever you
we're gonna have to get a commercial from her to have her in the lineup.
Yeah, and hey, yeah, awesome. We got some really nice swag
bags,
some pretty protection. All right. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah. So we're about to get into this updates because we are burning the midnight oil on both ends. That's twice this month as we're closing out 11 years and stuff that we kind of gave them a little bit of extra, I guess, because we are going to be off for next week. And remember, we will be off next week, but you will probably see us at Kwanzaa.
Yeah, and hopefully we can kind of stream live from there. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure something out.
We'll do a segment, interview people like we've done in previous years.
Hope they got the internet strong there now.
True. We might have to be working off each other's phones, tie them together somehow.
Yeah,
That's
come
how
on,
Wi-Fi
Doug.
works.
I think we'll use Josh's phone. All right. Read up his minutes. All right. So has there been some things that you've seen in the community or been a part of that people need to know? If so, what do you have?
Yep. And as we wrap up this awesome 2025, I want to thank everyone for being out there and watching us and making comments and coming on the show and everything like that. These are some of the events that happened last week going into next week, at least the stuff that I have on my calendar that I may or may not be attending. So starting with last Wednesday, December 17th, we had the final Poetry and Soul sessions with Kay Renee at Toll House, 1447 North Summit Street. We had some awesome extra features and stuff. We had Danielle North, who she has had an album out, and she premiered with us when we actually moved over to that location. Shout out to her and Micah, known as Lady Lovely. Miss Irene is Danielle's name if you look her up on Spotify. I think she took some of it down though, but she's waiting to come out with a new album and everything. So it was a great way to close out the year. And just a heads up, letting everybody know next year I will be the first feature. So I look forward to seeing everybody there the third Wednesday of every month and everything like that for Poetry and Soul sessions with Kay Renee. Going later on in the week, that Thursday, December 18th, we had the CCSJ Toledo chapter holding their Community Hope and Healing celebration right here at Mott Branch Library. That went on from 6 to 8 p.m. So if you're able to make it, hopefully you could. Shout out to Rochelle, everybody over at CCSJ, and Anton, and all those people that do stuff for domestic violence and stuff like that. Moving a little bit further on into the week, we had the 4th annual holiday jamboree at Culture Clash Records.
That's right downtown.
That's right downtown. That was at 7 p.m. Until they had a whole bunch of bands and everything out there. Chloe and the Steel String, shout out to them. They're the ones that invited me. Sorry I couldn't make it. Moving further forward, on December 20th, we had the holiday party at 415 North Michigan, by a good friend of mine named C. Crystals. If you look her up online, she doesn't have duplicate pages. She also goes by C. Turl, but she has her location at, I believe that is called Creative Spaces, or forget it's a friend of mine, Lance and everything. But they have a new space downtown that you can rent out and stuff like that. And she is in one of their buildings. So hopefully I saw some clips while I was at another party. Shout out to Shawana Wynn. We had a party over at Scott Park for anniversary and stuff. I got to see some old friends, Della, say it 2 times.
And they didn't invite me.
Well, social media, you got to click those buttons and look for the invites.
Okay. All right. Okay.
As for me, and as most people have known since October, I've kind of drastically cut back into things. I've already done 500 shows a year and all that stuff. So this year, as I've been telling people in my 10-year anniversary and stuff, I'm going to scale back a lot. I have 6 nonprofits here that I run, a couple for-profits, the art, the books. There are 5 currently, unless I do more anthologies, books coming out. I've had 2 books going into the curriculum system for schools and everything. The latest one just came out in Alaska. So thank you for all the people for purchasing and reading the stuff. Of course, Childhood Trauma Series, Volume 2, A Decade of Recovery Through Art is still out, available. If you ask me, I'll actually be having it over at Kwanzaa, Monday through Wednesday. Monday through Wednesday. Yeah. So I will be opening the ceremony and everything with libations. But if you are looking on my social media now, you might notice some weird stuff that I'm not there every day. I've actually been off since Saturday, and I've enjoyed it so much.
Okay.
But that is the things that have gone on. There are a couple things going on before we come back on the 6th. He's just quiet over there. I was hoping he would throw me some lines.
No, I'm not helping. We trying to get out of here. I ain't saying nothing. All right. All I want to do is collect, pay some bills after. All right.
So-
and we gonna be out of here.
One thing that I do have on my calendar is a friend of mine, this Saturday at 5:30 p.m. is the Changes Encore show, and that is going to be held at. Actually, they do not have the location on there. So if you look for Kayla Renee, I'm very surprised that it's going to be at ToledoShare.com. So you look on there, you should be able to get the address and location and everything like that. But it was a show so good, they had to do an encore of it. So hopefully you're able to make that. And that is really the only thing that I have that the people invited me to. For updates and stuff like that, of course, at the end of the year, all boards are closed and stuff, not to be open until next year. Before we get into 5 minutes of heat and all that stuff, I do want to give again my deepest condolences and rip to Flex a Million from OIC, to him, his family, and the friends that have known us throughout the years of entertaining and touring and doing all kinds of amazing stuff. So I know right now I put it on my page. I'll have to ask Brother Washington, but they do have a GoFundMe up just to help with funeral expenses and stuff like that. I know the life of entertainment looks glamorous. You get to travel and stuff, but a lot of us in entertainment are living that fast life and stuff. We don't, have all the things together for that judgment day. So if you have anything extra, I know it's the holidays and stuff like that, you can go to my page and look for his GoFundMe to help with the family out for funeral expense.
Yeah, and we'll do what we can. Yeah. All right. Hey, family, if you like what we do, you can subscribe, like, share, and comment. We like the feedback. And if you want to support us, you can support us via Cash App. That's the cash tag CSRN Toledo 419. You see it on the screen. PayPal is CSRN 419. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Listen to us on Spotify. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get 100,000 subscribers.
100,000 subscribers.
And they'll send us one of those plaques in the mail. And how far are we from 100,000? Well, we got
closer than we were yesterday.
Oh, okay, true. And as soon as Jody makes a change, we'll start posting on X, formerly known as Twitter. All right, but
we'll get some reels out there. We do have to do a recap. I'm far behind on doing recaps on all of our guests and stuff, but at the end of the show, they get their photos.
All right, we do have our Black Lives Matter signs, and if you make it down to the Mott Brent's library before they close, we'll have Jody, both Jody and I, and Haley. We could sign it.
You got 40 minutes.
So you got your own protest sign with the protesters signing it. We have some of the defund the police signs because we're still on that, and we'll be on that even more so in 2026. We're hoping to display and present our CSRN yard signs. We got all types of yard signs except the ones with our name on it. So I don't know how that happened. All right, who was designing those signs? And, all right, we'll figure it.
The movement is bigger than you.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. And don't forget our YouTube page. You're gonna have to type in Community Solidarity Response Network. So your thumbs are gonna get tired, but once you do it once, it should drop down after Community Solidarity. You go there, click on our page, subscribe, hit the notification so that whenever we're having a podcast and whenever we have Joshua back, they'll always be ready to see him. He's a good-looking guy. All right, kind of mix it up a little bit too. All right, Jody, I think that's all I've got. And before we close out, one of the ways that we close out is with creative expression. We call it 5 Minutes of Heat. And we name it after the Houdini song, 5 Minutes of Funk. But at CSRM, we take everything Black, remix it, repurpose it, and kind of make it our own. So, and you've been, even though we're in our 11th year, You've been our resident 5 minutes of heat person. You have never phoned it in. I don't think that you've always hit it out the park. No pressure today, our last show. So this poem has to be good. All right. So what do you got for us today?
In last closing remarks, like the Jerry Springer show, shout out to everybody in Toledo that's actually out there trying to make it and work and do something good for the family and the community. And I've heard some stuff along the grapevine about karma hitting people who review restaurants and stuff like that. Might have gotten their own review, but still, shout out to them for bringing something to Toledo. As long as those checks do cash at the end of the day for their employees and stuff. This is Toledo. Welcome to the mud, all that good stuff. There was another restaurant that seemed to have a very successful grand opening, so shout out to them. This piece is closure for the year. 2025 has been bad to you in any way. Hopefully 2026 will be better, and it's going to be okay for those loved ones we lost, and weird social media things like Nicki Minaj and all the other stuff that I see when I doom scroll. It's
take several seats.
Yeah, it takes several seats. Let it go. Next year is just going to be as difficult. I'm not saying it's going to be any better, but I hope you learned the lessons that you did from this year and you don't have to repeat the same mistakes again. So, we will close out with my opener. If you ever do get to see me live, again, that is going to become a lot slimmer. I only did about 300 shows this year. I plan on doing half of that next year and continuing to slow down as I get to spend more time with my grandson and community members who I don't actually get to see because I'm always on stage. I'm always performing. I'm always doing stuff. And at some point when you pause, you learn that that's not enough and it's better to be with friends and family. So 2 minutes of your time, my intro first. I am an open book, yes, open book to those that decide to read. 1,000 words, yes, 1,000 words to those who've only caught a glimpse of me. And a lifetime, yes, a lifetime to those that can say they were part of my story. If you are anywhere under the sound of my voice, you are now family. Because on this stage, yes, on this stage is where I share the most vulnerable parts of myself. And I hope, yes, I hope that you hear me. So let's begin. Peace. 2 minutes of your time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever you might be in the world, I appreciate you for reading or listening. To whoever might be reading this or listening to this, it's going to be okay. I may not know you or even get a chance to meet you in this lifetime, but some part of me is present with you at this moment, and I want to say it's going to be okay. Life is hard, and we all have our difficulties to face. But as long as you're still willing to get back up and just find better ways to accomplish your goals and investigate why you failed, not try again and get the same results, it's going to be okay. I don't know what part of life this might have reached you at, but I can tell you, even if I am no longer here to recite these words, it's going to be okay. Give yourself time. Take a deep breath. I'm asking my people in the studio to do that too. Take a deep breath. Okay. Now think about all the things in life you had to face before this moment. Did you survive them? Are you present now? Yes, present now to make a decision that will better your life. So I believe you will survive whatever is troubling you at this moment, and it's going to be okay. There's one small favor I have to ask. If you are reading this or hearing this, give yourself a hug. I'm serious about the studio audience too. Give yourself a hug in this moment, because the next might be too late. I want you to tell yourself, I love you. And thank you, yes, thank you for all the mistakes we made along our journey, because they are ours to own and they make us the most unique individual creation has inspired. It's okay if you look weird to the person next to you who may not know why you are loving on yourself so hard. Healing is a process, and it's okay if it takes a lifetime, because it's the only way you'll get to know yourself. I hope this moment helped. And if there's someone still staring at you strangely, you're more than welcome to pass this message along. It's going to be okay. I may not be here, be here for your darkest moments or greatest joys, but in this moment, we have eternity. Thank you for reading or listening. I hope you have a better morning, afternoon, evening, and night. In peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers. All right, Jody, that had to be one of the best end of the year 5 minutes of heat. We probably had 11 end of the year. All right, I'm gonna put that up with one of the best. Beautiful, beautiful job. And we look forward to seeing everybody in 2 weeks. Be it the will of the universe. I can't place myself in the future without having good people around me. So be it the will of the universe. We'll be back here on the 6th of January. And as always, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter. And Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else. Peace.